Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
All right, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of Sound Injection. We've got some of the guys from ANTIROPE all the way from Germany. Oh, you can't hear us?
Guys.
Oh, no. Can you hear us, Flavin?
I can hear everything. Everything's fine.
Okay, so he's good.
So
can you guys hear me? Nope, they can't hear me.
Jessica, what about you? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear both of you.
Yeah, I can hear both of you guys.
Okay, perfect. Slavin, can you hear both of us up here?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
Right,
You might want to tell Patrick to bounce out and bounce back in. That'll probably help.
The intro, but no, I hear nothing.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna. Just a moment.
Yeah, that works.
All right. So while we're waiting, don't forget to go check out our Spotify playlist.
So I just told him he needs to
come in again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. All right, perfect. So while we got you, we'll go ahead and start. So at what age did you decide that you wanted to be a musician, and most importantly, what band kind of roped you into doing that?
Yeah, that's a tough one. When I think I was 8 or 9. I was born in the 80s, and I got my first cassette recorder. You know, the small ones, right, where I could record stuff, and in those days MTV was a big thing. And in age 8 or 9, I was catching up and listening to. Yeah, it might sound weird, but it was Pet Shop Boys and Duran Duran. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the
you didn't tell me about Pet Shop Boys.
yeah. And at age, I think it was when I was 10 or 11. I walked in a room where my brother was listening to his Walkman, and I think for the whole day or something, and asked him what he was listening. He just showed me. It was I remember the chorus of One from Metallica.
Okay,
and that was a crucial moment. That was a crucial moment for me, and from this point on, I was fixed. So.
Yeah. See, I had something similar because I'm probably around the same age as you, and For me, it was hearing Motorhead, Ace of Spades on MTV, and I was just like, oh my god, what is this? Because like growing up, I grew up in like out in the Midwest, out in Oklahoma, and it was nothing but like country music or pop music, and that was it until the day I discovered MTV. And then that changed everything. I was like, yeah, screw this other crap. This is what I want to listen to. So, Patrick, the question I asked him, the same for you, is at what age did you decide you want to be a musician, and what band really pulled you into wanting to do that?
I was 7 years old, and an older guy said, "Oh, Kiss is gonna be on TV right now," and I didn't know what Kiss is, so I went with him in his house, and then I saw like fire spitting, blood spitting, Ace Frehley with this burning guitar, and this was the moment where I was sure, wow, this is my life. This is what I want to do. So I was a huge Kiss fan. And I started my first band like when I was 8 years old, and I recorded my first demo when I was 8 or 9 years old. I still have the demo
Jeez.
tape. Yeah. And
Oh shit!
this on a 4-track recorder with the microphones and everything. So this was my first recording, and yeah, we didn't know how to play, but we didn't care because we we made this what today is called like detune. We
Mhm.
just detune, and then with one finger you had a power chord, so it was great. And yeah, this is how we made the first band, and I
That's
still have
cool.
this guitar,
Oh
my
shit!
first electric guitar.
Wow.
It,
That's
it
awesome.
it was a Flying V, and still it sounds excellent. I think it's even one of still my best guitars. It wasn't a real one. I had no money. I was 8 years old, so my grandmother gave me like 100 marks. What was 100 marks? It was like $50, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Back
Yeah.
in the days, and then I bought like a second-hand Flying V, and but it's a Japanese one. It's great. It's really awesome.
Hmm.
So, and
Yeah.
then of course, then I heard in the radio Iron Maiden and Mötley Crüe, and then I bought my first Metallica record. It was Master of Puppets in '86, and '86 was really a crazy year with the everything was great. Megadeth, Peace Cells, Anthrax, Among the Living, and even Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. So you I was a young kid. I didn't have so much money like to buy all these records. So there was more excellent records coming out than money. But I think this was the best year of metal. And then, yeah, when I went older, I heard like Neurosis and this kind of sound. But Kiss was the moment where I really, yeah, this was my life.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. All right, CB, you're up on deck, bro.
All right. So, what is your guys' greatest fan interaction so far?
Sorry, I
Interaction.
can.
You can't hear us? Or you can't hear me? I don't think he can hear me.
Can y'all hear him?
No,
Nope.
No.
All right.
Okay, so
unfortunately.
I can.
CB asked, "What is your greatest fan interaction at a live show?"
My
Fan
fan
interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick. Yeah, you have a lot of good stories.
Oh yeah, but fan interaction, that's a difficult. The most beautiful fan interaction back in the days was like with women, I think. So yeah, but yeah, okay. Or let's say the best fan interaction was when we were playing in Turkey in front of 40,000 people. This was crazy.
Oh
So if you
shit!
hear like 40,000 people singing your song, you get goosebumps everywhere, and you feel
Oh.
like Superman, like
Mhm.
Right.
like the master of the universe. You're on stage, like yeah, and everybody's shouting. So this was maybe the best fan interaction, and yeah,
Okay, fair
yeah,
enough. How
I
about for
think.
you, Flavin? Same thing.
I'll be right back.
No. The band Patrick was playing in Turkey was another band, so it was used
Okay.
before.
Oh no, I don't
Uh,
hear anybody.
Uh-oh.
I come back.
Go ahead, Slavin.
just buzzing. Yeah, I really don't have a particular fan situation that I can remember. Not because with my bands and also my older bands, we weren't huge. We were small bands playing small shows. So it was just having fun and doing the things we liked and yeah, getting drunk.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I definitely dig it. I definitely dig it. So, if you guys could go on tour with any three bands of your choice, they can't say no. Who would you decide to take on a tour with you?
Oh, for me, it would be New Roses. I played a lot of shows with the New Roses in my old band in the 90s. So these were amazing shows. I love their music. I especially love their intense live shows. So this would be my number one. And then maybe, yeah, Kiss, but they stopped.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately.
but I still love Kiss. So the 70s albums are great, I think. And then number three is Slayer, but they stopped too. So
No,
Attack
they're back.
Negative is dead. Sorry?
They're back.
Yeah, but it's not Slayer.
Well,
Without Jeff Hanneman. Slayer was dead for me when Dave Lombardo left the band.
right.
The other drummer is no groove. Dave Lombardo was the first metal drummer that had an excellent groove. And
Okay.
I think he didn't know about it. He didn't make it on purpose. I think it's part of his playing.
Okay. Fair enough. How about you, Slavin?
I don't know. I'm thinking about the 90s. I would really like to play with the so 1992, 1993 Alice in Chains, maybe.
Okay.
And also joining Soundgarden in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and New Roses, of course, because New Roses, it's for me. I found them pretty late. I think it was end of the 90s, early 2000s, and the sound they make, it's otherworldly. I think it's a different kind of music and different kind of vibe. It's I don't know. It's a really great band. So these are
Yeah.
my three.
I got the rare opportunity to get to see Soundgarden live at a big festival here, and unfortunately, it was literally 2 weeks before Chris Cornell passed away.
Oh, okay.
And I
I
was
saw them too. I think it's support of Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
But
it
but
was
they
Ozzy's tour in Munich. Yeah.
oh yeah, in Munich, but they had a bad day this day.
Oh, they were amazing at this festival, and
Oh,
I was
cool.
so glad to have got to see it before he had passed away because I would have been really sad because I kind of feel the same way about Lincoln Park. I always wanted to see Lincoln Park with Chester, and I never got the chance to, and I was like, oh, man, this just sucks. All right, CB, you're up on deck, bro.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you can
Always.
hear me. Okay.
Yeah,
Slaven
I can hear.
can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe Slaven you have to come get out and
We're
in
going to
again.
once in and out.
Oh.
Yeah. See
yeah,
you
you're
guys
in
in
the
a
same
bit.
place. Okay.
Let's see if it works out.
Go ahead,
All right.
CB.
Okay.
All right. So with you being, experienced in the music industry, what is something that you wish that you would have learned that you know now, learned back before you learned it?
Yeah. That perfection is killing any emotion in music. So when you're young, you're trying. I was playing in a thrash metal band, and you were always trying to get it as accurate as possible. And you took too much time in the studio to make it better and better and better. And I think as soon as it's perfect, it's really shit. So I learned this as a producer because my job was a music producer, and yeah, I think it took some time to learn it. I think it was in the beginning of the 2000s that I accepted that perfection is really shit. And this is one reason why I just want to record Antirope albums live. Both of our records are recorded live, and of course there is imperfection, of course, but this is what music is all about. Is it needs like highlights and lowlights, and this is life. So
Right.
And even the production, I think, of the Antirope albums are more like in the 90s, not these very like plug-in guitar amps. Uh, this is the reason why I like the music of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, because they had tape. The bands had to go in a studio. They had to be able to play their songs. There was a tape running. In my first studio, we recorded everything on tape. Nowadays, with a hard drive, hard disk recording, and bands are looping parts, and um, maybe it sounds great, maybe it's very tight, but it doesn't give me anything. So this is maybe the reason why I'm listening to mainly to old school bands. From the new, of course, there's new bands that metal bands that I like, but it's a few only. I like Gojira. I like the French bands. I like the how are they called? Igor. You know Igor, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Igor is excellent. Um, yeah, and New Roses is again such a band you can hear that all their records are recorded live, and this is why it's so intense. And these perfect productions, it's not intense at all. And yeah, I wish I would have learned this like way earlier. I would have, I would have, um, yeah, made better records back in the days.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to see if Slavin can hear you, CV?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. Cool.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great.
Now I can't hear a Slaven.
Oh,
Shit, is there no way to unmute him? So I have to go out and in again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
yeah.
know this game.
Go ahead, CB.
All right. So
Yeah.
the question I asked was, you guys have quite a bit of experience in the music industry. What's something that you wish that you would have known now that you've known back before you knew it?
No, it's you know, speaking in generally about music industry. I mean, it's I don't know how to say. It's quite complicated. The whole thing, nowadays with bands engaging in social media, and you just. I think I miss times where you were just as a band just was able to make music and make great songs and great records. So this was kind of the place I was coming from. Back in the 90s, you had when you if you played good and had good songs, then you had a chance. Nowadays, I read somewhere, I saw an interview with a guy, or it was TikTok or I don't know, and he said he's a someone in the music industry, and he says nowadays, I think he said only 20% of music you make is really important. 80% is how you promote your band, how you are you on the social media, are you active on the social media and stuff. So this is kind of thing that makes me a bit sad, because we musicians, it's a hard work also. So you need
Yeah.
to give your output, give everything you have, you know physically, mentally, to write something, to make it your own. And then it's kind of just a 20% of everything else is kind of how do you want to present yourself to the other people. I already did with a song, so
Yeah, but
so
I
Right.
have
that's
to
kind of
say
other
that,
thing that annoys me and makes me really sad. Yeah, but
but
it
I've,
is what it is, and the train is, the balls are rolling. You cannot change it. So you
but I
need
have
to
to
go with the
say
flow, or just
it wasn't
to
so much
yeah, I don't
better
know.
before.
Maybe
Slaven,
things
can you
gonna
hear me?
change, but I don't think so. It's we kind of locked in the loop of constant social media overflowing our brains.
Right.
Right.
I
What were you
I
trying to say,
think
Patrick?
I think Slaven can't hear me, right?
No, I don't think Slavin can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Patrick.
No, I think it wasn't better before, because before
I'm just gonna restart.
the labels were like deciding if somebody's going to hear your music or not. So of course you had the live shows, but the labels were way more mighty than today. Today there's bands, they have a talent with social media. There's how is she called? One of the biggest American singer. How is she called? I don't know right now, but she one of the number one acts, but she's very into all the social media stuff. So it gives you a chance too.
Right.
But you have to like it. Oh, Antirope is not the kind of band like making everyday social media content, like making pictures or films while they're eating. That's no.
Okay.
Uh,
So for each one of you, before you're going to write, everybody has kind of these music or bands they listen to before they write to get inspiration or whatever. Are you guys the type that you actually like to listen to bands within the same genre, or do you like to listen to something completely away from what you do as far as what type of genre of music that you play?
I think everybody in the band has other um, favorite bands. So like my sister's playing bass, and she's more into disco music. So she doesn't listen to metal music, but she loves playing in a metal band. So
Okay.
the music we're listening and the music we're making, I think it's an influence. Of course, the music you're listening is a part of you, but it's not. We never try to sound like our heroes. We just Slaven is more like he grew up with the grunge stuff in the 90s. I grew up with the thrash metal stuff in the 80s. So we just write songs, and since Julie came in the band, we have changed a little bit the style of our music, but it, it was random because I wanted to show her a song how and I slowed it down a lot because it's more easy to show someone a riff when it's slow. And then we were all like, "Oh, it sounds great when it's slow." So this was the song "Beautiful Liar" now, and we recorded it like a doom song. So the original was like twice as fast, and we slowed it down. And I think in this moment we recognize that we love this slow, intense, depressive feeling, but it wasn't calculated, or it hasn't much to do with the music we're listening to. Of course, we all like, or Slaven and me, we like Typo Negative, but I don't think we sound like Typo Negative or try to sound like, but we like this doom emotion. I think it has with Anti-Rope. This is I've played in many bands in my life, and some bands, of course, you try to get like famous or something, so you really think about how your music sounds. And Anti-Rope is something different. It was like Slaven and me. We said we want to make music, and we don't care what it is. So maybe so even if I will come up with a thrash metal song and Slav says, "Yeah, I love it," so we're gonna do it. So we don't think about it. We just do it.
Okay, fair enough. How about you, Slavin?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff I'm listening to, it's not always. I mean, I like Seattle Scene Chains and Soundgarden and New Roses, and I also like the old Metallica and like Sepultura and stuff like that. But also, I also love David Bowie or Depeche Mode or The
Me too.
Cure, or for example, The Grape. I love this band. I don't know if you guys know the band. It's Morphine.
Yep, I know who they are.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, this is the. I love this band. Those three guys, and the drum, bass, and saxophone. I mean, it has nothing to do with the heavy metal or rock or doom, but it's kind of um, and when I'm writing something, I think it's somewhere in subconscious. It's not a there is no recipe I never thought I need to write a song, and it needs to be like the song I love or something I heard. So it's just kind of I'm playing the riff and I'm singing the melody, or I'm singing the ghost notes, ghost text, and that's the. I think all of those things combined, there is a kind of influence, but it's not obvious. I think, yeah. And as Patrick said, it's kind of we told ourselves, let's make something we like, and if you're gonna do a I don't know 3 minute solo on it, just do it if it sounds great. So yeah, that's the
Okay.
way we
So
see it. Yeah.
so we never think about if people's gonna like it or not. I wouldn't say we don't care. Of course, you're happy when people says they like your record, of course, but this is not our target. I can see that when I don't make music, I get grumpy, or I need it. So I think the best for us is to make the music we like, and then it's more authentic. So it's I think listeners can hear if it's authentic or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I also think it's I think people recognize something if you're doing something you really love, and you don't care much if, I don't know, if it sounds like this and that. People can recognize it, people can hear it. And I think if you really try so hard to make something just to fit somewhere in, and to be in a trendy, to be trendy, or to be just like sound to bands like the bands you hear today, I don't know if then it's kind of fake. So and I'm really I'm when I don't know how to say it. The fake stuff is kind of, I'm just, so no. It needs to be real. So it's also when there's something, for example, an melody I'm singing or something, and in the moment I realize, oh, it doesn't sound like me. That's it. It's over. I cannot sing it anymore. So it needs to be real. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Slaven is a singer that needs to feel the song, and when he feels the song, you can hear it. Because we have played so this is how we met. We met in another band, and the guy who built up the band, he wanted him to sing songs from the old singer, and Slaven didn't feel it, and so I think it's very important that the music fits to the singer, and
Yeah.
you have to feel it. So if so we see in the rehearsal very quickly if something fits or not, and if
Right.
it doesn't fit, we just change it, or we make something different.
See, I totally understand with you with that because the band that I'm in right now, when we first started, we had a male vocalist, and then we ended up losing him, and a female came in, and we realized real quick that her vocals and what she was doing, it did not fit, it didn't match. So we
Yeah.
ended up scratching 17 songs and threw them out and redid everything all over to fit her. And you
Yeah.
can tell because if it don't fit, you can tell
Yeah.
right off the bat it,
Yeah.
it doesn't fit, and people are going to hear that. They're going to know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to know. It's just like whenever I seen Linkin Park last year with the new female singer, and she was singing songs
Oh.
that Chester did. You could clearly tell on stage that she was uncomfortable, and she did
Yeah.
not like doing those songs, which I don't blame her because they weren't her songs. She didn't do them. She didn't help write them. She wasn't a part of the process. And to go up there and be singing somebody else's legacy, I could only, I can't even imagine how she fucking felt because I would be terrified, absolutely
Yeah.
terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
CB.
Being
All
a
right.
singer is like, is something I don't know how to say in English. Wie sagt man intim in English?
Personal. It's a very personal
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Yeah.
something very personal. Yeah, it's a part of you, and of course, if you're a cover singer, it's no problem. But then there's something missing. If you're a cover singer, you can sing everything, but you don't have. It's not you.
Right.
Right.
All right, CB.
All right. So tell us your wildest travel story to a venue.
Oh, I know. I know so many wild travel stories.
Give us a good one.
Ugh, a good one. Oh, it's so difficult to explain in English. We were on a highway. The band was sleeping, and the female singer of my old band was driving. And suddenly, she did something very strange. So the whole truck, not truck, it's a Sprinter. What is it? It's not a car, but something a
It's a
big
trailer.
Like a van.
Like
a
a van.
van.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the van started to make like this, and
Oh.
suddenly it jumped on the thing between the two highways. I
Oh,
don't
the
know how to
median.
say this.
Median.
Yeah, and we were like surfing on this one, but we were driving like 160 kilometers per hour, and in Germany there's no limit on the highway, so we were very fast. We were flying on this, and the band woke up and was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Like, I want to sleep. And this was like, and everybody saw that, and all cars stopped. So we were flying away the highway and stopping, and nobody was hurt, but the car was totally damaged. So our equipment still was damaged. You remember, Slaven, the case was damaged. So these things from the highway between, they went into the bottom of the car, into our equipment.
Oh my gosh.
And then we had to organize another car, and we were late then to the show, and we came very late, so the people were waiting. So we took the equipment that still worked, put it on stage, and played the show straight on.
Wow.
Without any sound check, without any moment where we could sit down because we were late. And this was crazy. Nobody got hurt, but it was like 160 kilometer per hour on the highway, and I was the only one who was awake, and I was sure, okay, we're dying now. Because you saw the cars from the other, like driving like 100 or 200 kilometers an hour, and you're like, it was crazy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And playing a show right after this was really like, it was crazy. Yeah.
Well,
I would have shit my pants.
Yeah. It was really, really crazy.
Absolutely not. All right, Slavin, how about you?
Well, I think I was 16, 17. Yeah, we got the slot to play on the kind of Battle of the Bands, festival, in a town that was, I think, 40 miles from the town I lived in, and it was our second gig. Also, my second gig in my entire life. So we were so stoked and so nervous. We packed the gear inside the car and we started drinking. And our drummer was driving, so we drank, I think, 2 or 3 bottles of red wine. We got there. We missed the sound check, and we had, I think, between 2 or 3 hours needed to wait until we could get on stage and play our 3 songs or something. So we said, yeah, we have 2 or 3 hours. Just let us drink some beers or something. And I think I was 5 beers or 6 or 7 or something. We were wasted, completely wasted. And the guy was coming to us. Hey, you need to go on stage. You need to play. So, yeah. Oh no. and I can't remember the gig. Maybe it's just a parts of it. But a good friend of mine, a couple of months ago, he found the footage. And I saw it. This was 1999 or 1998, something like that. And it was. We played a gig. It was really huge, and we were so young and naive and drunk and wasted. But yeah.
Yeah, that's always a bad idea.
Yeah.
to get drunk before the show, especially for drummers.
Yeah, that's never.
He was the only one sober because he was driving, So.
That's okay. So then it's not too bad.
So we kind of had a good rhythm section, sober rhythm section. Yeah.
All right, drummer comes in for the save. Nice. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, for each one of you, if you could play any festival in the world, which festival would you like to play and why?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of always thought about Roskilde Festival in Sweden, I think, because watching on MTV all the festivals back in the 90s, I found Roskilde really, really great. So I don't know if they're still playing today at Roskilde, but I saw a lot of bands there, and the vibe was, amazing. And it kind of stuck in my head. So Roskilde Festival is a killer. So
Okay.
So
that
I
would be
think
great. Yeah.
I think for me it's Brazil, like Rock in Rio,
Oh
these
yeah.
these huge festivals,
Mhm.
and I saw like footage that is crazy there. The audience, especially in South America, is amazing. There's a lot of metalheads there.
Yeah, see, I didn't realize that until I started talking to other bands on this podcast that, have toured down there, and they're like, dude, they don't even have to know you. If they know that there's a show, it packs out
Yeah,
every damn single time. It's not like the States where you got to have some type of big ticket puller to even get people in there. It's just like we could show up to some little hole in the wall bar in the middle of South America and it's packed in like sardines from front to back. You have no idea how many
yeah,
metalheads are there. And I'm
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
I started looking up footage of that Rock in Rio, and I'm like, holy crap. I thought our festivals were big, but good God.
Yeah, yeah, I know a band from Munich who played in Mexico and South America, and they came back and they said it's amazing, it's unbelievable. So I think, I think one of the best shows I have played were in Turkey. So Turkey is a great place to the audience is very passionate about metal. We even played like before Slayer on a festival there, and it's I like this this kind of crowd with so much passion. So the passion can go in all directions, of course, but it's very intense.
Right. So that leads into a bonus question for me before I let CB take over. What is your local music scene like, and is it very difficult to get shows?
No, it's not. Yeah, it's always difficult to get shows, of course, because you have to. It needs time. You have to take care of it. But the local scene in Munich is great. Munich has always been a rock city. I don't know if you know bands like the Freaky Fucking Weirdos in the 90s, because they
Mm-mm.
were successful in America too. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so we always had great bands here, and we have a excellent venue. It's called the Backstage, and the Backstage is like phew, it has like three different venues in one thing, and a beer garden where people can drink and talk. So everything is very, yeah, it's very rock and roll, and I think the Backstage is one of the reason why the music scene has always been good in Munich, and they're always fighting against authorities that want to close down the Backstage. And once again, I heard things like they have to pay millions to stay there
Ooh.
because they want to build something else. So it's always a fight, but the Backstage always won the fight. And we have an excellent music scene here with excellent bands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
still. I think they're fighting this fight last 20 years or something,
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, and they
just just
changed
to,
the
just to stay
place.
there. Yeah.
it's a long
And
time.
yeah, it's the fourth place where they are now. They always had to go and they build up again and again. So it's really, really cool that the team is fighting for rock music, for rock culture in our city. Because without them, there's nothing left, I think.
Uh,
There's the big venues, of course. Yeah,
Right.
the huge venues where Metallica's playing.
Right.
But yeah, that's it. The
Yes.
stadiums.
All right, CB.
All right. So, if you guys could offer advice to new musicians or people looking to get into music, what advice would you give them?
that's a good one. I think it's pretty simple. Just be honest about everything, and don't lie to yourself or to others through your music. Just be honest to yourself and practice all day, every
And
day if you had time. Yeah,
and
okay,
don't
so
try to be someone, be yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And unfortunately, I hear a lot of bands do the same thing. Is we talk to them and they're always like, "Well, I want to be like Slipknot. I want to be like Metallica."
Uh,
And it's like, well, if you have that mentality, when you go in to write and record, you're going to end up sounding just like them. and that's not really going to do you any good. There's already a Metallica. There's already a Slipknot.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We
You
don't
know,
need a
come out with
second.
something new. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, use them as influence, but don't try to sound just like them or be just like them. Like, be yourself.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can't invent rock music, but you can um, have our own interpretation of your kind of rock music. So,
Right.
but
So,
this is only possible if you don't copy. Yeah.
correct. So, if you guys could change one thing about the music industry that you think would make it better, what is that one thing that you would change?
Oh, Slam, what would you change?
Only one
Everything.
thing.
Only one thing is very difficult.
Give us a couple of examples.
Wow, it's a tough one. I mean,
First of all, yeah,
yeah.
go for it.
Go on. No, go on.
First of all, musicians should run record label and not businessman. This is the first thing because it's about music and not always. Of course, I know everything in the world is about money, of course. And if you have a female singer with big boobs, you will sell better than if it's an old man without any boobs. Yeah. But I think
Or
it
an old
should.
man with boobs.
Old man with boobs.
Oh, that's a whole nother genre.
Yeah, but
That's
an old
true.
man with boobs would sell better than an old man without any boobs because the boobs are special, you know?
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of funny when it comes to booking bands. I always tell my boss, Kaylin, I'm like, look, they don't talk to me because I don't have tits. So you're going to have to get all of them because they answer you. They won't answer me because I'm not pretty and I don't have titties. I'm this old dude with a big ass beard and they don't want to talk to me. They want to talk to the pretty girls.
Yeah, so this whole music shouldn't be about money. It's great if you can if you don't have to work and you can make music. I'm the first one who's saying it,
Right.
that's cool. But it shouldn't be the main target but it has always been like this. Look at all the stories. There's movies about Milli Vanilli and what they did and what the record labels and the producers did. So this has nothing to do with the music. The artist, they always dream about being a star, and I think this dream the music business knows that they will do everything to become famous. So
Mhm.
and this is too much power they have over the artist. I think if there wouldn't be these businessmen, if it would be about music, we would have way better bands nowadays.
Right. I've been preaching this for the longest time, and you do need to have people in there other than just what's going to make money. Now, I granted the music's got to be good, and it should be good because if it's trash, nobody's going to listen to it. But there's got to be a point where it's not just all about the look of the band and just throw them out there. And then you also got these guys that are making these bands. They hype you up and they make you feel special, and you get super excited about signing a record deal, but they don't read the fine print, and then they turn them into basically circus monkeys, and you're going to die on that stage because you're never going to make enough to pay the bills if you're not constantly on that road 24/7. You're going to die on the road.
Exactly.
Like, there is no retirement. Like, you don't get health insurance, you don't get benefits, you don't get any of that.
They don't care about you. They just care
You're
about the
right.
sales. And
Correct.
that's too much business. So this is the main thing I will change. But this is completely naive because this is how the world is working, and this will never change.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. How you feel, Slavin?
I'm with Patrick and you guys. I mean, it's a tough and very dirty business, I think. And also, as you said, you just kind of you put your signature on it, and you're kind of lost. If you're gonna die on a rope and just I don't know. It's tough. And I mean, I think I don't know. It was also in the 50s and 60s and Elvis Presley and everything. I mean, it's the same, but different. It's all about making money. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against they making money. So everybody needs to get some money if he's working for something. But I think they made a lot of money. A lot of money, and they didn't spend anything to just I don't know what was the sales of the CDs. I mean, Patrick, you know this better. If you sold a CD for about 14, 15 euros, what's the percentage the artist gets in the end?
$1. $1.
Ooh.
So
Yikes.
so I think if the artist could get maybe $3, the things would have been.
It depends
much
on the
better.
deal. If you're a well-known artist, of course you get $3. But
But
the
you know
problem
what I
is,
mean.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
enough. The problem are the record deals, especially back in the days, how you said when they signed them, and if the label says you go on stage with a penis on your head, you had to do it because they own you. And I think many artists have got depressions and everything because they thought, I'm gonna sign a deal, I'm gonna be a rock star, and they have just been a little puppet of some
Right.
greedy guys.
You're gonna be exactly what they tell you to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's not you. It's what
Right.
they want you to be.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy because I remember watching an interview way back about they were talking to one of the guys from Slipknot, and they were asking them about album sales and how much money they were making. And I think they said that they were only making for the band. Now, granted, there's 9 members in the band. They were only making about 10 cents per album after the record label and everybody else was taking their cut, their piece of the pie. So essentially, every member was only getting like 1.2 cents per every single album sold.
Mhm.
And that was all they were getting. And it's like,
Yeah.
holy shit. Like, you guys put all this time, money, blood, sweat, and tears into what you do, and everybody else is making more money off of your product than you are.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course,
exactly, yeah.
everybody else. Yeah.
And that, to me, that is just absolute insanity. Like, I could never stomach that part of the music industry. I'm just like, I would rather just stay independent and take all the money for myself and not have anybody involved.
Right.
I think the being a musician, so the whole music thing is like life. So you have nothing or everything, and there's not a lot between. So if you're not famous, you have nothing. You invest money. You buy
Right.
guitars, you guys buy stuff. You have to pay your sound engineer and everything. You have to pay the van, and of course you get some money, but most of the time you pay more, you invest more than you get, or you're huge like Metallica or Prince or Michael Jackson, and then of course you have a lot of money. But so it's and it's a little bit like that in the real life too. You got these billionaires and all others that are working for the billionaires. So it's very similar in the music industry. I know bands, they're touring for 20 years. Yeah, and they get a little bit of money. Yeah, okay, but but it's not a lot of money.
Right.
No, everybody gets shocked when they see some of these rock stars and they're living in like modest houses, like just the same as you. And really, by the time it boils down, they're making about the same as you are at your regular day job. And people are like, oh, God dang, you're not driving a new Mercedes or a new Lexus and you don't have the big mansion. It's like,
Nope.
bro, no.
Nope.
The record execs, they got the mansion and the Mercedes. I'm still sitting here driving a Honda and living in a regular neighborhood with regular people.
Yeah, you're small or you're huge, and there's nothing between.
Right. All right, CB.
All right. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. What are your guys' hobbies outside of music?
What?
Music.
Hobbies? What's that?
I do not have any hobbies besides.
Is there
making
something that
music
you
and-
collect or something you like to do?
Guitars. I love guitars, but that's music again.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
I collect vinyl. You know, this a new passion I found. I have an old record player and old speakers from the 70s and old Marshall amp, Marantz amp also from the 70s. So yeah, maybe that's my hobby. But other than
Okay.
this, no,
Well,
just
Electronic
music.
cigarettes
vaping.
have been my hobby, but now it's my business. So yeah, I
Oh,
run an
okay.
e-cigarette company. Yeah.
Oh,
This
okay.
is we developed this one. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So it was my hobby, but now it's my business. So yeah.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
you're gonna have CB hitting you up for freaking
Plus, yeah,
cigarettes.
yeah, I've been doing the disposables for a while now, and I went into a mod, and I found that it was just unless you're willing to invest time into the mod, it's a lot of time, and if you don't do it right, it doesn't smoke right, and it all follows through with that.
Yeah, I use RTAs, like where you make your own coil.
Okay,
Okay.
So these things.
Hmm.
okay,
All right, fair
yeah, we
enough.
just got
So,
these little disposable
Yeah,
vapes
but
here.
I'm not a big fan of disposables because it's very bad for the environment. There's a
Yeah,
battery inside, there's electronics inside, there's plastic inside.
yeah,
So I think plastic is okay if you use it, but plastic is not okay if you throw it away. But yeah, that's
yeah.
true, true.
So yeah, I get that.
So something we always do on each and every show is we actually show a music video from each band at the end. So before we get into showing your guys' music video, we've got the video for Zero. So if you want to tell us a little bit on what that song is about and what went into the creation of the video itself.
Um, yeah, um, that's a question I'm not sure I can really um, answer because when I write something, there's not always a topic I write about. It's just kind of collecting words or reflecting on the days I had or something that happened, but it's not a particular thing. It's nothing I can describe. So I kind of it's like those, in a psychology when you take a piece of paper and just write down the first thing that hits you. So this is the kind of way I write music. So and I also and I'm the same way when I listen to music and I'm reading the song. It's always something I will find in the lyrics that affects me and my personal, life or something. And then the Patrick or someone else thinks completely different. He found something completely different, something that makes sense to him. So to describe a song, um, I'm happy to see. I saw a couple of reviews also where the guys really putting a work and into kind of deciphering my lyrics, and I was like, whoa, dude, really? Okay, I didn't know that he thought of this, but so there is no. I mean, the only thing I could say about Zero is kind of you know just a reset, just to end everything and start new, kind of
Okay.
it's like when you're fed up with everything, and we need a reset button just to start new. So I think for me, this is what Zero means to me. I mean, and for you, maybe something else. So and that's a good thing about music, about music itself. You need to find your meaning within, each lyric or each text you read. So yeah.
Okay,
And
fair
about the
enough.
video, I'm gonna let the Patrick talk about it.
oh yeah, the video. I I just had the idea why I would like to make a video with a bad sheet, like where you just see the silhouettes and yeah, then the bad sheet was very crumpled. I don't know. And then I thought, oh, that's even better. So you mainly see this people are singing in this video. So you don't, and the band, you see more the silhouettes of the band. Um, it was a fourth video, and all the other three videos you saw the band. So I thought, yeah, why not make a video where you see the silhouettes of the band, where everything's a little bit. Our videos are always very dark, very black, and this one is white. So it was just, let's try something else.
All right, fair enough. So on that, we are going to get into their music video for Zero. Please make sure to go check out ANTIROPE on all of their social media accounts. There's fucking 50,000 of them. I can't keep up with how many damn social media accounts there are these days because there's a million of them, and it seems like there's a new one comes out every 6 months. So go check them out. If you happen to be over in Germany and see them touring, go jump on a show, pay the price, get some merch, buy the t-shirts, help these guys out. On that, we love you guys. Here's Zero. We will see you later tonight at 9:00.
We got.
Eyes blind and one ear. So what would you do? You just come there. Do you want to sleep? They are dreaming.